fashion, martinis, intrigue. Nope, this isn't James Bond. It's a suburban mystery that borders on thriller while also exploring modern living. So, does a simple favor deliver on the mind-bending, thought-provoking story hinted at in the trailers? Or is the friend who needs a simple favor really just a pest? Let's talk about it in this review. Paul Feig steps back into the director's chair, but this time it is for a psychological thriller meets murder mystery. His comedic style is still present throughout this story, and this time its darker tones actually match the intensity of the moments happening on screen sometimes. I appreciate how the tone of this film stays mostly consistent from beginning to end. This really helps us deep dive into this believable world of murder, sex, lies, and madness. And while all of this is going on, everybody looks great while they're doing it. That's right, I'm talking about style and fashion. And I'm not talking about just the clothes the actors were wearing for these parts, but also the way the house is decorated, plus the music. It really helped make this world feel three-dimensional and believable. And this world is created right at the very beginning of the film with the credits sequence. I was hooked immediately during this part because, again, style. I also really enjoyed the moments between Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick. It's cold, calculated, and cool meets the complete opposite. They strike a really nice balance of personalities that pays off by the end of the film. And the other actors in this movie do a nice job of complementing the scenes as the story progresses. It could be something as simple as just a line of dialogue that furthers the murder mystery plot. Or it could have been just a joke to provide some levity during an intense and highly emotional moment. For the most part, it all worked. For the most part. However, sometimes there were some jokes that really pulled this film out of that intense psychological thriller because certain scenes literally felt like they were stolen from another movie that was actually a comedy. But again, for the most part, the tone stays mostly consistent from beginning to end. The pacing of the story really takes a while to get going, so we get to the detective part of the story. And the runtime comes in at just under 2 hours, and I feel like if we kind of cut and trim some scenes down, we could have had a really impactful movie, psychological thriller, that clocks in around 90 minutes or just a little bit longer. For example, some of the scenes I think we could trim or cut down. Early in the film, when we have the parents and the teachers all kind of in the classroom going back and forth about different school stuff, we can really trim those scenes down or even possibly remove 1 or 2 of them to kind of help tighten things up. Also, when Anna Kendrick's character is off playing detective and she's trying to escape from the house, there's a scene at the end of that moment where the guy stops her and says he wants to order a blue suit. You can cut that whole thing out. Just let her drive off in hysterics, cut the joke, keep the momentum. So trimming scenes or cutting scenes out like I just mentioned would have definitely helped tighten things up, made the pacing more consistent, and for me personally would have elevated my enjoyment of the film just a little bit more. In short, the pacing of this film makes the movie feel longer than 2 hours for me personally, but I did enjoy all the twists and turns the story takes. And there are quite a few twists and turns, so get ready. A Simple Favor is playing at your local movie theater right now, and if you enjoy mind-bending psychological thrillers that turn into murder mysteries, you'll probably enjoy this film. I really enjoyed the layers this film has and the transformative performance that Anna Kendrick gives from who her character is at the beginning of the film to who she ends up being by the end of the film. It looks great, it sounds great, it keeps you guessing, but unfortunately, it felt longer than 2 hours for me. So because of that, A Simple Favor is getting only 1 high five from this guy. A Simple Favor is playing at your local movie theater right now. Check it out.